The Dak Prescott discussion rears its ugly head once again. Brothers, we are on a 3-game winning streak. We are still alive to win the NFC East. And the only thing you can think of to talk about is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has nothing to do with this season. He's done for the season. Why are you bringing him up? Andy Dalton is doing just fine. Andy Dalton threw for nearly 400 yards yesterday. And it wasn't in garbage time, unlike some quarterbacks we know. Andy Dalton went 22 for 30, threw for 377 yards and 3 touchdowns, and is on a 3-game winning streak. It could possibly make the playoffs. But you want to talk about Dak Prescott. Brothers, the success, the sudden rise of Andy Dalton is making the whole Dak Prescott contract discussions moot. Brothers, I'm going to ask you this question. What can Dak Prescott do that Andy Dalton can't? That's a serious question. Because, in my honest opinion, Andy Dalton can do everything that Dak can do. Everything. There is nothing that Dak is head and shoulders above Andy Dalton. There's no category where you can say, oh my God, he's that much better than Andy Dalton in that category. Accuracy, pretty much the same. Shit, I may even give the edge to Andy Dalton in that category. Pushing the ball downfield, pretty much the same. Making smart throws, pretty much the same. Not giving the ball away to the other team. Dak Prescott had problems with that this season before he broke his ankle. But I would put them on the same playing field right there. So, brothers, in the most important categories, oh, and don't forget scrambling ability. Dak Prescott is not a burner. He's not super athletic. He runs when he has to, and he runs hard. Andy Dalton can run too when he has to. He's not a complete statue back there. So what on earth can Dak do that Andy can't? You want to pay Dak 35 to 40 million. Andy is probably going to ask for 18 to 25. That is such a big difference. Do you know you can rebuild the offensive line, add a couple of defensive players with that extra money? And if you don't believe Andy Dalton is a long-term solution, if we don't make the playoffs, we still get a pretty good draft pick. We can draft a quarterback. Zach Wilson is looking good from BYU. Don't forget Trey Lance. We're not going to get Trevor Lawrence, but we can get a decent quarterback in the first round if we don't make the playoffs. Brothers, Dak Prescott is becoming obsolete. We have someone in Andy Dalton who can do just as good of a job as Dak Prescott for a fraction of the price. The only way bringing Dak back makes sense is if he comes down significantly on his asking price. If he comes down to 25 million, 25 to 28, I would be in favor of bringing Dak back. I actually would. But 35 to 40, nigga, you out of your mind. Especially when Andy Dalton is balling. He's balling. You know how you motherfuckers were so happy about Dak Prescott's 400-yard games, 350-yard games? Andy Dalton threw for 377 and 3 touchdowns. Could have had a fourth one if Amari Cooper didn't drop that easy dime in the bucket. Amari Cooper dropped an easy one. Oh, it was a beautiful pass from Andy. Could have had 4. So, brothers, while you over here slobbing on Dak Prescott's knob, I want you to answer this. What the fuck does he do that Andy Dalton can't? The only thing I can think of is being black. That's the only thing Dak can do that Andy can't do. That is the only thing I can think of. He's just better at being black than Andy Dalton. That's it. Brothers, we are riding high. Instead of fucking it all up, this season has been horrible. We have 4 different starting quarterbacks. This season has been in shambles. The defense is historically bad. But we're on a 3-game win streak. We could possibly still make the playoffs. And you motherfuckers want to bring up Dak Prescott. Some fans never get it.